get started? I realize that this is just like a church where the best seats are in the back, but we're not going to pass the offering plate around today, although we're tempted. Anyway, good morning. We want to welcome you here today. On behalf of Cocke County Partnership, we are thrilled to have all of you here today. Today's a great day. Before we begin, I do want to recognize a couple special guests that are with us. State Senator Steve Sutherland's with us, and unfortunately State Representative Jeremy Faison had to cancel at the last minute, but we want to thank him for all of his contributions as well. I do want to recognize our friends that we work with day to day, and I want to tell you, Commissioner, they do a great job for you. Brooksy Carlton, our Deputy Commissioner, Alan Borden, man, what a great guy. We have worked together for over 25 years, just does a phenomenal job. Gary Heumann and Crystal Bryant with ECD, Kirby Lewis Gill, Kirby's here someplace, Chris O'Brien, thank you for being here. We got Derek Collins here with TVA, thanks for all you do. And then we've got members of our IDB, Industrial Development Board, our Partnership Board, some of our local media, our local law enforcement. I want you to see that all of our county is working together and moving forward. And also I want to recognize Brian Decker from the Department of Labor and Workforce Development. We appreciate you being here as well. Michael Morlock from Senator Blackburn's office is here with us, and Nick Castle from Senator Haggerty's office is with us or on his way. But thanks to all of you for the support you have for our partnership and all of our local elected officials as we try to bring and create more jobs for Cocke County. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Commissioner of Economic and Community Development and our Deputy Governor. And before I do, I want to tell you something about this guy. He has been the model of a servant leader. When Governor Lee, Governor Lee tapped him to come in and get organized in the Department of Finance and Administration, and he did that job. Then he asked him to head up recruitment efforts, and he has brought in a ton of foreign direct investment to the state of Tennessee. And then he asked him to come over and help in administration and serve as deputy governor, and he's done that. And he's done it all efficiently, professionally, and putting the interests of the state of Tennessee first. And I think that's what makes him such a special public servant and such a servant leader. So please welcome to our community our deputy governor and our Commissioner of ECD, Mr. Stuart McWhirter. Thank you.
Thank you, Darrell. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here in Cocke County and in this community. There's a lot going on in our state. We've had last year, 2025 was a remarkable year for our state. But obviously, you know, we all had some setbacks. You all experienced a lot of setbacks here, and we've had the chance to tour and see the destruction that the hurricane brought to this region, and you know, highways and roads and jails and businesses that were just destroyed, but most importantly, just people's lives were impacted pretty significantly. And you know, one of the things that I'll say is that, you know, the governor, you know, Darrell mentioned this in his remarks, but I've had the opportunity to serve with the governor now for several years. I've known the man for 20 years. And, you know, these are the reasons, things like that, the devastation that, you know, you all have experienced here and that has been experienced in other parts of our state, is the reason why Governor Bill Lee is our governor, because he was put in that role to lead the state through things that were really tough. And he's got an ability to empathize at the individual level, at the family level. You know, when we're talking about companies that are investing their dollars, he can relate to how it impacts that family and that employee. And so when we sat around the table and talked about what we could do from our department, you know, we're a department that, you know, to Darrell's point, we recruit a lot of companies, and we recruit businesses that are coming to the state for the first time, and we're working with a lot of businesses that are already here that are expanding. So we look through that lens all the time. We don't really talk much about what can we do to help companies stay here and retain what they have. And Helene really brought that out of us, to think outside the box, to think creatively about what we can do to be helpful. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we want businesses to invest their dollars in our state. We want businesses to hire Tennesseans and give them good wages and good jobs, because as you all know, a good job, a good paying job, lifts up families, and it gives opportunities to families. And so, we were able to do that. And I think today is a great example of our ability to think outside the box, think creatively. The governor being very supportive, Senator Sutherland, Representative Faison, and our General Assembly being, behind us in that and having our back on that, because ultimately we can't do anything without the approval of our General Assembly. And they have been great partners in that regard, because they know how important that is. And so our announcement, I think what we're really here to celebrate, despite the devastation, despite all of the heartache that we've gone through, that the governor in the state of Tennessee is proud to announce that we're providing some retention grants, both to Eastern Plating and American Appliance. If you look at what both companies are doing, they're investing close to $20 million to bring back their businesses, to reinvest in their businesses, and they're retaining just over 300 jobs right here at their two locations. And I think that deserves a round of applause. I want to thank Wayne and Dean and their respective companies for kind of hanging in there. I know it's hard, but they're hanging in there, and they're doing the good work. And we felt like it was just our duty and obligation to support you all in that effort, and that's what we're able to do. We did something very similar in Irwin, Tennessee. You all know what happened there in Cocke County. Similar situation. And we were able to step forward and do that. So we're just excited about the opportunity to do that. I would also just end by saying that none of this is possible without our partnership with Darrell Mayers, with TVA and Derek. I mean, we provide some financial incentives, but TVA also did some things behind the scenes to give some relief to these companies, and we're thankful to TVA for their partnership and their commitment to our state, to Labor and Workforce Development for their assistance along the way. And Darrell mentioned this earlier, but I'm blessed with a great team. They're all here. Gary and Crystal and our local folks just really do a great job. Brooksy does a great job with her team, and it's a team effort. We do our job at the state level, but we have to rely, obviously, for our local leadership, and that's what we did here. We listened, we came down here, we observed, we toured, took notes, took it back, pleaded our case to the governor, and he said, let's do this, and it's the right thing to do, and we're just grateful to be here today to announce that. Darrell, thank you. Mayors, all of the local leadership, Senator, Representative, again, just grateful for the opportunity to be here today to be part of this celebration, and look forward really to what's coming. We're going to finish up today and go look at some industrial sites, and we're excited about the opportunities that we all collectively have about bringing new business and bringing jobs to this community, and we're excited for the future. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Also, as you know, education is the cornerstone of economic development, and I want to thank Dr. Manny Moore and Casey Kelly for allowing the use of this facility. And then after this press conference is over, we're also going to go down and tour the Innovation Center, and it's one of the assets that our county has in workforce development. At this time, we'd like to hear some remarks from American Appliance, and representing them is Mr. Dean Brown, who's their plant manager.
Thank you. All right, thank you, everybody, first and foremost. Again, I'm Dean Brown with AAP. I came to AAP back in September of this year. I was not involved with the flood recovery with AEP, but I was in East Tennessee at the time. I worked over in east side of Greene County, Washington County area. So I'm familiar and was involved with the flood recovery in that area. So a lot of hard work that went on. A few words I want to say. Over the past year, the flood recovery in East Tennessee has been a powerful reminder of what resilience truly looks like. In the face of loss and uncertainty, this region came together with grit, compassion, and unshakable determination to rebuild. Not just what was lost, damaged, but what makes these communities stronger. A heartfelt thank goes out to the local community for all the help that they did. They showed up day after day with support as we went through the recovery, as the team went through recovery. The state of Tennessee, thank you for all your support throughout this journey that we've encountered, and hopefully it's a never see this again in our lifetimes or anybody's lifetime. It was devastating to see some of the damage, some of the devastation that took place, lives lost. Most importantly, those lives, we remember them. The past year was not easy, obviously, for the local communities. Downtown area, Newport was completely flooded. Our plants next door to each other, completely flooded. I hear stories coming in, new water 3 feet up on the inside the plant. You can imagine 3 feet inside of a building, about where that border is, with the equipment in there and everything, mud. It was horrible. The strength of partnership and purpose, that's what it takes. Because of that shared commitment, East Tennessee is not just recovering, it's becoming back stronger than ever. Thank you, East Tennessee, and the entire state. Today, we celebrate recovery and commitment as we move forward. We are committed. We are going to continue to build and grow. And the workforce at AAP, I can't thank them enough. The resilience, the commitment of going in, cleaning, getting the lines back up and running within a couple weeks. We had lines up and running. But it's been a full year of recovery, and we're still seeing recovery mode in some areas. Me being new, I walk through and see mud, still dust, as we continue to clean. It's just a reminder of where we were and where we're at today. So thank you all for all the support.
To provide remarks on behalf of Eastern Plating is Mr. Wayne Wheeler, and he is the CFO and Vice President.
Thank you. First of all, it's hard to believe we're here after where we were September 28th of 2024. I'd like to thank Commissioner McWhirter and Governor Lee and their team, especially Gary and Crystal, who came out and saw what environment we were working with, along with Jeremy Faison, Rob Mathis, Lynn Ramsey, Darrell. They allowed us space in their building so we could meet with our employees while we were transitioning through all this. That really means a lot for what we had to go through and what we're still going through. I also want to thank Jeremy Faison, who's not here today, but also came out and helped us through this. Senator Sutherland for pushing this through and getting things done. Most of all, we'd like to thank from our facility is the people who got us through everything. Danny Cox, Jamie Valentine, Michael Mullaney, and all of our employees who showed up the day after the flood to start cleaning and working us back to where we are today and where we are still going forward. We had no water and no electricity, and we showed up in the dark to get started on cleanup in 4 to 6 inches of mud, slippery floors. After the flood on September 28th, we just can't imagine we could ever get back to this point in rebuilding Eastern Plating to where it is. And I just want to thank all of you. Thank you.
After our flood, the county mayor tasked the partnership with a relief fund, and I cannot tell you how much hard work our elected officials were doing immediately after the flood. But let's hear from our county mayor, Rob Mathis.
As we're all here today, it's great to see. Look how many people showed up today. This is what this is about. And I want to recognize, speaking of elected officials, we have several members, commissioners from our county legislative body. Could you please stand to be recognized? And we also have several other office holders. Could you please rise and be recognized as well, please? You're a big part of this. Thanks. City and county both. Exactly right. And we just want to thank the school system for hosting us today and all the help. And the incredible thing, and other folks we have here today, we have first responders, we have business leaders, we have people from our healthcare, from the financial sector, we have folks from CTAS, we have folks from TVA, the state. This is what's getting us through. This is how we got here today to be able to celebrate this. We all together hit the ground running on September 27th, 2024. And we haven't stopped. It's been a 16-month sprint. And it's been hard. Everybody in this room can tell you, it has been hard. But today's like today, make it all worth it. This is why we do it. This is why we don't stop. And we're not going to stop. We have come such a long way, and we still have a long way to go. And we are not going to stop until we get there. Just as Dean said, that we're not just going to come back and get to where we were. We're going to come back even stronger. We've said this from day one. Whenever we were standing out there at the Emergency Operations Center and the floodwaters had still yet to recede. And we said, we're not just going to get through this. We're going to come out of this stronger than we went in. And now we're doing it. We see it. Days like today show us we're doing the impossible. And that has become just a part of what we do. Because two things are getting us through. One is our faith in God, and the other is us coming together. I was on the radio this morning talking about some of the events, kind of a summary of what's happened over the past year. And, the subject came up of whenever disaster strikes, a community will either fall apart or pull together. And that's a choice that they have to make. We chose to come together. And today, both this announcement from our partners at the state level and the showing that we have from people from all across our community, that's evidence of that. We have pulled together and it's sticking. We're still together. And that's why we're continuing to move forward. This is a study in grit, determination, resilience, and above all, unity. So I just cannot thank Commissioner McWhorter, you and your team, Governor Lee and his entire administration, our partners at the city, Mayor Dykes, everyone here today and beyond, everyone in the region, everyone who has helped, and just to know that you're not alone. Whenever something hits, just know this, you are not alone. You have friends, and you'll get through it. And this is the first of many days like this in our recovery. This is not an ending, this is a beginning. And again, I thank you, congratulations, and thank you for being so tough. And you gentlemen, you and anybody else in this room, whatever we can do to help you, we're here to do it no matter what. You call us anytime, day or night, we're there for you because you are not alone. None of us is. Thank you, and just can't thank everybody enough, and God bless you all.
And last but certainly not least is our city mayor, the Honorable Roland Trey Dykes.
Thank you, Darrell. Kind of caught me at cross purposes here because most of you probably know that I've been out on an extended vacation and tried to overcome some jet lag and a few other things right now. But when I got the message from Carol and Chris, did I want to prepare a statement? I told them, sure, here's a statement for you. But I told them I didn't want to speak because I wasn't up to speed on what was going on. But in any case, I do have a few remarks. But as the mayor of Newport and a native of Newport and Cocke County, I really firmly believe the strength of our community lies not only in attracting those new businesses, but in retaining and supporting the ones that have already chosen to call our city home. Hurricane Helene devastated many local businesses. And for most of you probably know my story. As the day of the flood, I was actually undergoing surgery at UT Hospital. So I wasn't able to participate very much at that time, but I called Mr. James Fincham, our city administrator, and asked him, what can I do from my hospital bed? He told me, well, you can answer the phone if nothing else. So I did. But it has been a testament to the resilience and commitment of these local companies that they have chosen to rebuild and remain a part of our local business community. Our local businesses, large and small, serve as the backbone of our community. I believe that Eastern Plating and American Appliance have identified attributes in this community that appeals to their sense of sustainability and growth. We realize that business retention is essential to ensuring sustainable growth. I believe that together we can build a resilient economy and continue the momentum that will be mutually beneficial for everyone in our community. The City of Newport remains committed to fostering a supportive climate for business, and we look forward to much continued success going forward. Thank you.
Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out today, and Commissioner, you have a heart just like Governor Lee does for rural communities, and we feel that and we appreciate that, because it would be very easy to stay in Nashville and focus on the major metropolitan areas. But we have a governor and a commissioner who strongly believe in rural communities, and we appreciate that. And we're gonna take them on a tour of the county and some of our industrial sites today. But he's going to be available for media, but please come up and say hello. I cannot say enough good things about what he's done, and our whole ECD team, Alan and Brooksy, Gary, Crystal, Derek, Kirby. We've enjoyed a great partnership with all of you, and we are grateful. So thank you very much. Thank you. I'll pull this aside.
Okay.
For the